Everybody picks their nose. If you say you don't, you're lying. I'm not talking about the polite quick pick. I mean the deep diggers and the brain scratchers where your grubby hand sausage is in your sniff hole up to the third knuckle. Everybody does it. It is a necessary maneuver to remove those goobers that feel like they are attached to the inside of your eyeball. You know the ones I'm talking about. You've been blowing on that tissue hard enough to give yourself a brain aneurysm, but that stubborn loogie won't give up its perch, so, in goes your index finger. But oh, it's too fat and doesn't even come close to reaching that devilish salty cabbage. Here comes old reliable pinky finger, professionally negotiating your sinuses like a hungry eel. You reach that elusive grenade and take hold. You feel its snotty tendrils tickling your optic nerve as it slips out. Yummo, time for a snack. Don't lie, you're not fooling anyone. I was with you until the time for a snack part. Honestly, I was picking my nose when I read this. I would agree with you, but I actually think there are people who refuse to pick their nose because they think it's the most disgusting thing in the world, or because they think it's a sin, not actually, but figuratively. Eating it is when it turns weird though. I see it as good hygiene. It's nasty to pick it, but nastier to have it build up. The same thing goes for earwax. The people who say ew and say picking your nose is childish have a nose full of boogies. And cooties. I was born with my nose and didn't get the option to pick it. Can I ask for a refund, because I would sure like to pick a different one. Not gonna lie, you had me up until the last sentence. I don't want boogers on my hands, so I figured out you can get even more out than with your finger, by putting the end of a tissue in your nostril and twisting until you feel it start to go into your sinus and then pulling it out. Gets literally everything, even stuff your finger can't get. Nose pickers and liars. Shower urinators and liars. Masturbators and liars. I legitimately didn't for a couple years. If the booger was like hanging out of my nose, I'd get it with a tissue, and otherwise I'd leave it alone. I'm a normal picker now. Really, I couldn't recommend my prior approach. I couldn't smell for shit back then. I used to think so as well, and then one day I looked up a former colleague's nose while I was tying my shoe, and their nostrils looked like the cave system from The Descent. Everyone. What about quadriplegics? Sniff hole, I'm stealing that one. I'll stick my arm in there up to my elbow to hook one out of the neb, but eating it? No way, man. That's pure stank. Absolutely not. Nice writing up. My dad always said you can't choose a beautiful face, but at least you can pick your nose. Picking your nose in the shower though? Prime time. Are all the people who are disgusted by eating snot seriously just unaware of the amount of snot they will swallow anyway? Your throat is connected to your nose, to the tune of *shortening bread. Everybody's doing it. Doing it, doing it. Asterisk. Picking their nose and chewing it. Chewing it. Asterisk. They think it's candy. Asterisk, but it's not. Asterisk. Childhood chant from the 1960s. I get people to pick it for me. I do not. I blow my nose. It works for me, but I won't judge the rest of you savages. Is it actually bad? It's not polite obviously, but it's just got to be done. I have been picking my nose since I was a kid. Yes, not proud of it, but I do. That worst feeling is when you're in public and feel one of the big dry itchy ones. Those drive me crazy. Yes, but not everyone picks my nose. I just tested positive for MRSA, a staph infection. I don't know if nose picking has anything to do with it. Glad someone had the courage to say it. You should write a poem. Quite the description. You should DM for tabletops. Picking. Okay. Eating. Get the fuck outta here. I'm picking my nose while reading this. I don't eat it, though. That's really gross. What are you? 3. Who TF picks their nose with their pinky finger _? It's like H.P. Lovecraft wrote an essay on nose picking. I agree with you except for the eating part. Goddamn, that's gross. Please tell me you guys do it with a tissue tired face. I do OFC. I pick my nose daily but I never ever eat it. Last memory I had of eating I was of 7 or so and my cousin told me to do it because a cartoon did it, and it was disgusting. I can't understand how people really do it. There are two types of people. Those who pick their nose and liars. As far as eating them, there are freaks and there are those who flick them away. No, it's not time for a snack. WTF. Ugh, shut up, I hate nose stuff. Eating them is fucking disgusting. You win the creative writing competition. I've never seen a booger I didn't want to eat. You can fit your finger up to the third knuckle in your nose. WTF. Unpopular opinion, more like unpopular mutation. WTH. I admit I use my index finger and my thumb, but my pinky? No. Do you write? You should write. That was delightful and vivid. No, not everyone does. I don't, I'm sure most people don't. The people who say everyone does it do, and are just trying to normalize it. Nope. Take my upvote. Maybe you're just disgusting. The only time I pick my nose is when I'm by a sink and am able to wash my hands. Just blow your nose, it's way more hygienic and extremely easy. I have a theory, our nose holes are finger-sized because it's an advantageous evolution. Probably better sometimes to get that crap out of there. I did that once. I didn't like it at all. I don't, but I do launch an epic snot rocket from time to compensate. I almost never do the full-blown nose picking. I even rarely do the light nose pick. I find it unhygienic. Two reasons I don't do it is, one, I touch many things, dusty, dirty, and I feel uncomfortable those staying in the inside of my nose if I pick. Another is after picking I have either wipe it somewhere which is uncomfortable or wash which is work demanding. I generally suppress the nose itch feeling. If I can't, I blow the nose in a tissue or hand wash. That's how I roll. I actually don't though. I hate sticking anything far up there, so I'll only get the ones easily reachable. Otherwise, I just blow my lungs out. I have a nose screw and stuff gets stuck on the bended part. No amount of blowing will get that shit off, it needs proper picking. I shamelessly admit I do. Nothing wrong with digging for gold. Just make sure you hit oil. Picking noses? Yeah. Normal. Everyone does that. Eating boogers? No. Not normal, gross, and that thought turns my stomach. I literally gagged twice writing that. No, I'm pretty sure it's just you, nasty. Initially I was going to agree, but upon reading the details I actually have to disagree. Not even trying to be bougie and give some sort of weird flex, but I genuinely don't ever dig deep into my nose. Only the occasional polite quick pick as described in the first sentence.